All right, so now we are working on multiplying polynomials when one of them is not a monomial. So just to remind you, we used an area model to do this when they're monomials. So for this first one, 2x is a monomial, one term, times 3x plus 4. And what we did is we knew that because the polynomial inside the parentheses had two terms, it's a binomial, we would make two columns of our box, and we would multiply just like this. Hopefully by now you've mastered this piece, and we would just take the stuff out of the boxes. Now what changes when it's not a monomial is we have to make more rows. So in the second one, x plus 3 times 2x minus 4, we see that we have two terms in each polynomial that we're multiplying. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the two columns for the 2x minus 4, and then we're going to make two rows for the x plus 3. And now we're just going to multiply each box. So I have x times 2x, that's 2x squared. X times minus 4 is minus 4x. 3 times 2x, that's 6x. 3 times negative 4, that's negative 12. And I'm going to put a plus by the 6x so I remember it's positive. Now I need to take things out of the box. So you'll notice, though, that there are some like terms inside of here now. And my like terms I can see are this 6x and this minus 4x. So I'm going to combine them eventually. So I've got 2x squared minus 4x plus 6x minus 12. That's what's in my box. But I want to combine my like terms. So I'm going to combine them to get 2x squared plus 2x minus 12. Let's try some more examples. So this next row is the same idea. We see that we have two binomials multiplied by each other. So I'm going to make the same sort of box. We're going to have two columns for the minus 3x plus 2 and two rows for 2x plus 5. Then I'm just multiplying. 2x times minus 3x is minus 6x squared. 2x times positive 2x, that's positive 4x. 5 times negative 3x, that's negative 15x. 5 times 2, that's 10. And I notice that once again, do I have any like terms? Oh yes, I've got this negative 15x and this positive 4x. So I'm going to combine those when I take it out. I've got negative 6x squared minus 15x plus 4x, that's minus 11x, plus 10. The next one, same idea. We have two terms for each polynomial. So 4a times 3a, that's 12a squared. 4a times 5, that's 20a. I'll add the pluses. Negative 2 times 3a, that's negative 6a. Negative 2 times positive 5, that's negative 10. I notice again that I have like terms here. So I'll combine those when I take it out of the box. So I've got 12a squared plus 14a minus 10. All right, let's see if it works for some bigger polynomials. So in this one, we've got a binomial, two terms, times a trinomial, three terms. So I'm going to make three columns, 2x squared plus 3x minus 4, and two rows, x plus 1, and I'm going to do the same thing. So x times 2x squared, that's 2x to the third. X times positive 3x, that's positive 6x squared. X times minus 4, that's minus 4x. 1 times 2x squared, that's positive 1x squared. 1 times 3x, that's positive 3x. 1 times negative 4, that's negative 4. And again, let's look for like terms. I only see one that has an x to the third power. Here are two that have x to the second. And then two that have just x's. So when I combine 2x to the third, I combine my circle terms that are in red. 1x squared plus 6x squared, that's 7x squared. 3x plus negative 4x, that's negative 1x. And then, last but not least, negative 4. For the last problem, I see that I have a trinomial times a trinomial, so I'm going to need 3 rows and 3 columns. So I've got negative 2y squared, 3y, negative 1, and then I'll make 3 rows, 3y squared minus 2y plus 4. So 3y squared times negative 2y squared, that's negative 6y to the fourth. 3y squared times 3y, that's 9y to the third. 3y squared times negative 1, that's negative 3y squared. Negative 2y times negative 2y squared is 4y to the third. Negative 2y times 3y, that's negative 6y squared. Negative 2y times negative 1, that's positive 2y. 4 times negative 2y squared, that's negative 8y squared. 4 times 3y, that's 12y. 4 times negative 1, that's negative 4. So now let's look for some like terms. I've only got one term that is a y to the fourth. I see 2 terms that are y to the third power. I see 3 terms that are y to the second power. And then I see 2 terms that are just y's. So I'm going to combine. I've got minus 6y to the fourth. I've got a 4y to the third and a 9y to the third. So that's plus 13y to the third power. Negative 8y squared, negative 6y squared, negative 3y squared. That's negative 17y squared plus 14y minus 4.